What up, guys? So we talked to a supervisor from the Norwich Police Department the other day, and they were wondering how to get people from slowing down, which is weird because you always have cops like this literally hiding at the back of every parking lot in this whole town. When you can hear it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're doing paperwork. I don't care what you're doing. Sit up by the road. People would slow down. That's too hard, I guess. Common sense is too hard. That's the number one thing I've had. I've been researching it. I've been looking into it. So when I email them, I have some ideas. But I honestly think that the biggest thing they could do is stop hiding in the middle of parking lots. Or I'm lying, not in the middle, in the back. Literally what they do. What up, Karen? Good to see you. I was just talking about how we talked to a supervisor the other day, and he asked how we could get cars to slow down. And I think my response was probably the best response. I've actually been looking into it and doing research, and a lot of it's chicanes or speed bumps or stuff like that, actually changing the road so people slow down. But I told the cop I think the biggest bet would be to tell these guys to stop hiding in the back of parking lots, hi Lewis, that aren't, hey, this is private property. You're not even, yeah, well, blood nose, that's another one. That would be second best. Honestly, that's how I was raised. I was taught that cops are supposed to be leaders for the community and examples, and we don't really see that at all these days. But I mean, look at the law. Who can see him when he drives by? Absolutely nobody. You see him after he drives by. There's plenty of spots. You can park on the whole side, people would see you. But that makes too much sense. It's car 25. It's obviously not somebody I know or somebody cool, or they would have said hello by now. So we'll just sit here and see what he's doing. What up, Excalibur? But you got to be careful with these guys because these guys like to make up that you come up behind them and you scare them, and that's why they attack you. Never done. I've never snuck up on a cop yet. There's plenty of reports that say I have. What up, Excalibur? Blood Nose, Karen, Lewis. So I don't want to hear about speeding and all this stuff when they're the ones that break more laws on the road than anybody. Literally anybody. They're the ones that, when they crash, usually somebody gets severely hurt, if not loses their life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I don't. And that dude was a supervisor. Honestly, I had a really good conversation with him, and I really liked him. But leadership has to go more than just talking. You know what I mean? Like, they could very easily tell these guys to stop hiding in parking lots and sit out where you could be visible. And if not, you get in trouble. What up, Alex? Karen's dope. This Karen's dope. But this is what they do. Just heard sirens. What's he doing? Is he on break? Like, I don't know. But they'll sure sit here and waste all this gas, won't they? I could sit here and I just hang out for the whole afternoon. It's true, Lewis. Watch them break the laws. What happens? Nothing. Look at the guy that attacked me and stole my ID. The supervisor the other day admitted that it wasn't jaywalking. It was not using a crosswalk. And if you look up the statute in Connecticut for not using a crosswalk, you have to impede traffic. I clearly waited over a minute and a half for the road to clear so I could cross. And then I crossed and I got beat up because that guy just wanted my ID. We hear sirens. Medic? This guy don't care. He's sitting here. That's good, Alex. Stay cool. It's actually not that bad today, but he did inform me that whole situation's under investigation, and he asked me if I ever got my ID, and I told him no, and he actually said that the department owes me money for that, which I know they do, but that's besides the point. I don't feel, I'm really, what do I want to go get the money for? I get our money back? No, dude, it should come out of his check, and he should pay for it. He stole it. They told me if it was dropped, it happens all the time, and it'll pop up. Guess what? It hasn't came. It's never popped up. At all. Which means it probably was, that's probably what was in his hand when he stuffed something in his back pocket. And he probably does sniff it every night, like I said. And yet, they said they were going to review the footage that night. And what happened? Even if they did review it, what happened? Nothing. They put him right back on the road. Now it's under IA investigation. He still gets to go out. He still gets to go harass the community. Look, he could have been parked here the whole goddamn time. The whole time he could have been parked here. And he still gets to go out and do whatever he wants to do. Which is exactly what he did. The dude's clearly unstable. Doesn't deserve to be out on the street, quote unquote, what is it? Serving anyone. Dude should be rotting in jail, just like the rest of them. Oh, Karen's doing a cam back. We'll go talk to her. We're gonna get that footage.
What are you doing?
What up? Why are you holding your phone up?
Huh?
Why are you holding your phone up?
Why are you holding your phone?
That's not professional. That's what we pay you to do, dude?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that footage off your phone. You're laughing. I'm gonna get it. You don't think I could get it? What's your name and badge number, ma'am? This is Norwich at its best. You don't think I'm going to get it? I'm going to get that footage. I'm going to the department right now. That's where we're going to go. Refused to identify, holding his phone up while he's driving. What is this clown? Car 25. Didn't. And it sucks, dude, because like you meet the guy on Friday that we met. That dude was old school, and he was cool as hell. This dude, what's he doing? He can't catch anybody. I don't know if you guys saw him as good as I did, but there's no way he would have a heart attack if he got out and ran after anybody. And I'm glad he's going back to the department, because I'm going to go back to the department and I'm going to ask to talk to him. But I'll let you guys know now, it's probably just going to be a big waste of my time, because they don't. If I ask for a supervisor, they'll never come out. If it's somebody else, maybe, but usually it's Maggot Marsh there. Maggot Marsh just won't come out. Real great public service. And dispatch gets their butt hurt if you don't want to tell them your whole story and your name. So, oh, there's a deer right here. Look at it. This is literally downtown Norwich, guys. That's a Bambi. She's got spots. Hey, come here. Come here. Think I could pet it if I climbed over? Let's go over there. There's deer all the way up over, usually up this whole river now. She's going to cut in and I'll never catch her. But all the way up this river, there's a little wooded area, and there's always deer, dude. Tons of deer. So I'll cut this off till I get over there. I don't even know if it'll work live. I didn't even see him. I was looking through my phone and I couldn't see because the reflection on his window. Once I looked off my phone and I looked up, I saw him. I really thought it was a girl. I thought it was a chick holding their phone up. The case looked like a girl's case. So we'll go figure out, but that's what we got cops doing out here, guys. They hide in parking lots, and then they want to hold their... What am I doing holding my phone up? What's it look like I'm doing? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You're clearly not working. So, I mean, if you guys want me to stay live, I could stay live. The department's literally 2 minutes up the road. But it's up to you guys. If you guys are going to stay on, I'll stay on. But thanks, Dave. I appreciate it, Steph. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are the main drive, you know what I mean? Like why it happens. We're going to go to the next one. The next one's where it happens. That's the closer one. Like, I don't know, dude. Without all the support, there's probably been times that, like, either I would have slowed down, taken breaks, like, stopped, like, I don't know. It goes both ways. Like, this is it. So, this is what it is. There he is again. What a loser. He literally just did a loop. He just went down that way, looped around, and came back. That's the same car. He's going to follow me to the PD? He should have just gave me a ride. Like, what up, Steph? Yeah, this is Connecticut. This is Norwich right now, but we kind of do stuff throughout the state. A lot of stuff's in Norwich, a lot of stuff's in Willimantic, New Britain, but literally everywhere. I think I've been everywhere but like the rich. I haven't made it all the way over to like the Norwalk area and stuff like that, but they've beat me up way more times than they've arrested me. They've literally just smashed my stuff, beat me up, either pushed me out, cuffed me, then beat me up, then searched me, then kicked me out. They've locked me out of departments after they've beat me up, and refused to get supervisors. Look at this whole nice river. And I don't know, I don't think the answer is to take your phone out and start recording. You clearly weren't doing anything to begin with, so. Are you? Are we? That's awesome. Yeah, of course they do. I mean, it's that or they actually charged you. I mean, what is it, four cases right now we're fighting in Connecticut for talking on the sidewalk or taking pictures of the police? 3 in, well, no, more than that. 3 in Danielson right now. 1 in New Britain that's been on trial for over a year. And now I have to go September 12th. And this, mind you guys, this happened in January. I don't know why they gave me a 9-month court date, but they gave me a 9-month court date for supposedly jaywalking. The time they beat me up and stole my ID because I refused to identify, because I called them out for sitting in a drug program parking lot in a mental health facility. And that's the one that's under investigation, and that's the one that we're waiting to get everything on. I've gotten the body cam reports, or the body camera and all their footage, which only further backs up that I actually didn't do anything wrong. But they won't provide me, for some reason, all the jaywalking tickets that him and the department have written for the past 3 years, year by year. And I want to believe that's probably because they don't write any. And like as the supervisor said the other day, he doesn't even know what jaywalking is. Not him. He said the guy didn't even, he said that's not jaywalking. That's crossing without a crosswalk, which you're allowed to do. You just can't impede traffic. That's it. So, but Master Nani, this war veteran that, you know what I mean, he went and fought for this country just to come home and violate the citizens' rights and beat up members of the community. And most of these cops don't have one issue either, guys. They usually have multiple issues. Most of these cops we've seen multiple times. Look at Maggot Marsh. He trespassed me from parole for going in and asking why they send people to a halfway house where a predator works. The dude was a cop for 22 years. Got caught diddling a 5 to 7-year-old boy. Look it up, people. Bill Edwards Sr., New London cop. It happened. He admitted it multiple times over 2 years. Somehow, they decided that it wasn't because he liked kids. It was because of drugs and alcohol. So he was all strung out as a cop. And then they said that's the reason why. So they said they dropped his charges down. They only gave him risk of injury. And they gave him 2 years with 10 probation. When he got out, they gave him a job watching men piss, which was the same sex as what he was diddling. They gave him a job watching men piss in a halfway house. And not just that, but with control over them. He could decide if they go back to jail, if they say, oh, we don't want to pee. Guess what happens? They're going to go back to jail. Oh, I don't want to pee in front of a diddler. Oh, you're going to jail. So I went there one day to ask questions. Parole, and they never even told me to leave. They just said they weren't going to help me because I wouldn't give them my personal info. If you haven't seen that video, I'd go back and watch that. That lady looked like she was on crack, the way she was acting. Or she thought my ID was somehow crack, like, or my name. Like she just, and then, so I went outside, and since they wouldn't help me, I went through the public parking lot and looked at their vehicles. They came out, they touched me, they bumped me around, they tried to stop me, they called the cops. And Maggot Marsh from the Norwich Police Department came and did absolutely nothing. He went in and talked to them. He wouldn't even come talk to me. He was going to leave without even saying anything. And Pagan, who's the one that I was talking to, had to run over and find out what happened. And Pagan already admitted that it's public property. I can be there. I'm allowed to do it. Oh, that's a ferry there. You gonna do anything today, bud? You gonna hang out and steal money? Going to his truck, so that's his truck. You know what? That actually looks like what he would drive. It's weird though, with all that money he's stealing, you figure he'd be driving something more expensive instead of an old beat up Chevy, but we'll get his plate when we come back. Is he quitting? I hope he's quitting. I'm out of here. I can't take this. I gotta go. He didn't like that we were gonna get that footage though. Yeah, that's his truck. That's what he drives. You gotta do better. You gotta do something, bud. Just out there hanging out, stealing money all day. Bad at your job. You don't even know how to say your name. The qualifications are low these days. And watch, we'll go in here and they're not gonna help us. They won't get, I guarantee you nobody will even come out. I mean, maybe if we get lucky and we get somebody good, maybe they will. But the odds are not. And if they're not, we're gonna go look through all their vehicles over there. Because we can't go down here. That we can look, but they're scared if we go down there. It's kind of pathetic. And it sucks because they actually have a nice records department. I've never met their chief, but I've heard the chief is okay. But I can't believe that when they're always out doing that and they're beating people up for no crimes and literally stealing IDs. I don't see how he could be good. But people say he is. The records ladies are nice. Even if they don't fulfill all your records, it's not really on them. That's the department withholding the records. But yeah. I'll give it by first name. Maybe if I give it by first name, they'll actually come out. Because guys, you guys don't have to give these fools anything. Dispatch. There's that clown right there. Go ahead, pull in, Ferry. Then they make memorials like this for cops like that. Oh, he's going around. What a scaredy cat. Typical. Probably going to change his tampon. But yeah, dispatch. All these departments do. When I first started doing this, they literally wouldn't even help you if you didn't give them your name. And I was like, you don't gotta do that. And I started making them do it. Is records open? They are. Tell me if it gets blurry, guys. Hello. What time is it now?
15?
What time do you guys close? 4:30? If I want to put it in Freedom of Information Act, I just write it on a piece of paper. What I need, yeah, something just happened and I want to get it. And I could get, if they're taking pictures and videos with their phone, I'm allowed to request that, right? Of me. And it says online we can.
I'm not qualified to enter
Oh, that's fine. No, I'd rather have you not lie to me. But I've gotten, I know you can because other departments do it, but certain departments fight it, but that's all right.
But yeah, just go ahead and pull this out.
I don't have a name because he refused to identify. So can I just put the car number and the time?
Yeah.
And where it happened?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'll bring it back in a minute. Well, thank you. We'll kill two birds with one stone. Let me know if you guys can see. If it gets blurry. Hello, I need to speak to a supervisor. Something that just happened. I don't want to tell the story twice. I'd rather just tell who I gotta tell. Well, an incident happened and I need to speak to a supervisor. Yep. Every time. We need to know. Why do you need to know? Tell you the whole story? Tell them the whole story? But they'll know. Maybe. If not, either way, we'll get this in. What do you guys want to bet? It's the same circus clown that comes up. I'm just filling this out real quick because it, all my personal information, I don't want to look at it. But that's what happens, guys. We'll get his records, the car, if there's any footage. I mean, if he was dealing with me, he should have his camera on. which I guarantee you didn't. I bet you it's only, I would put money on it that the only log of anything is going to be his video on his phone. It's asking if it just incident report, no incident report, it just happened. I don't even know the location. Church on Washington Street. Today's date is the 13th. And what time is it now? So it happened around 3, we'll say, p.m. I'm almost done, guys. Sorry. We'll look around. I'm just gonna write it. I gotta set this down real quick just so I could add in the phone thing. Yeah, I'm filling out paperwork. 1 second. All right, I'm done. That's it. We'll go hand this in and hopefully somebody will be out. Oh, the court system out here is worse, Chris. They're way worse than anything. Oh, do you? That's horrible. There was no box for it, so I just added it in, like everything that I'm looking for.
Okay.
And thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And then if I don't get it, because like last time I remember I came, I got body camera footage for something that happened in January, and I only received the body camera footage. They never gave me any of the records that was supposed to come with it.
Okay.
If they don't supply something, can I get a denial? Because then I have to bring that to FOIA. It's hard to send it like,
Yeah.
oh, I just didn't get anything.
Of course,
So I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And now we just wait for somebody. Yeah, no, definitely court is the worst though. Hands down, court is the worst. Literally, when I saw that clown, it's funny that somebody said that because when I saw him, I was on the phone with Troop H looking into why, when I got assaulted at New Britain Court, and I called them and they came, they refused to look at any of my footage. They only supposedly reviewed their footage and they said it didn't show what I said, but I had it and I could show it, and they still didn't even want to look at it. And they literally didn't do one thing that I had called them there for. They told me pretty much there's nothing they can do, and that's what it is. So I was on the phone with them, and I was literally debating hanging up the phone and coming and doing that, or just handling the phone call. And it's kind of hard to walk by something and just be like, I don't know. I know Perry. I think Perry is probably the best guy. I mean, there's a few of them. I don't know, but overall, I think Perry is the best one that I've dealt with yet. And they should make him the boss of this place. Oh, I don't want to get civilians. Hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Living the dream.
Oh, you know it. That's what I will say.
I mean, it'd be easier to just file a complaint in him at this point, because talking to whoever is not going to actually do anything. It's just going to waste my time. But there he is, dude. I was just talking about you.
Well,
Are you coming out to
let's
talk to
talk
me?
about- No,
Well,
yeah, I figured.
Well, a little bit of both, I guess. Well, no, I was talking about you good, but I was walking by the church just a little while ago, and I saw somebody hiding in the back, and I just went in there. I didn't even talk to him. I didn't want to talk to, I'm all right with that, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna check it out. So he's leaving. He just wanted to start taping me with his phone, and so I just went up and I said, "Hey, bud, can I get your name?" And refused to give me his name and just drove off. So I was like, you know what? whatever, but, and I was kinda gonna talk about what we talked about, like, it just makes more sense if you park up here, like,
Yeah.
but you know, come on.
So I have to.
I'm still
that's
gonna
something
email you, I've actually
Yeah,
been
yeah.
looking into stuff
Yeah, I
like
saw some of the
research.
stuff. That's
Yeah,
good.
I've been
We can come together.
Yeah.
But as far, I gotta put something out to
No,
the guys and girls,
I-
like, hey, you
yeah.
gotta identify yourself, you
Yeah,
gotta.
just
give me
basic
your-
stuff,
Yeah.
there's nothing,
And I'm working on
Yeah.
getting everyone.
I know, it's not instant, I know that, it's just, and, but like, because I asked everybody that I talked to that watches it, and a lot of people believe that may be the biggest thing, you know what I mean, like,
Yeah,
just,
so the fear of apprehension, right?
Yeah.
Like that's always
yeah,
like.
I know if I see a cop, I check my speed, you know what I
A
mean?
lot of
Like,
people aren't nowadays though, Daniel, like it's.
well, you know what I
crazy.
think ruined that?
Crazy.
COVID.
COVID
Because when
and the
COVID
public
hit,
accountability.
yeah, well, yeah, but I feel like when, well, it was the same time, so
Yeah,
you're right,
yeah.
but like, that time, dude, it seems like when COVID hit, everybody just stopped getting, and I'm not saying why people get tickets, but I believe there are people, you know what I mean, when it needs to happen,
Yeah,
it needs
no,
to happen.
discretion is a big thing, like,
Yeah.
so a lot of the people, so last week I worked that speed enforcement, I'm actually working it tonight. A lot of people I pull over, excuse me, they tell me, I haven't been pulled over in so long.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like key, like, okay,
Yeah,
we have to do the educational portion of it, and then we'll.
well, yeah, people realize that you're
Yeah.
starting to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, they're
Yeah.
either gonna smarten up or
Yeah.
you're just gonna keep getting
So,
them,
I
but
did check on those signs at $3,500 a piece,
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but if,
and it doesn't.
how often do they do the grants, is that like a one and done? or-
It's usually once a year, but
We might be
you know-
able to do a fundraiser and try, I don't know if the public would come together for that, but it's
I mean,
it's
that's
always,
not a bad idea. But then,
it's just my cure to everything.
like, if I put in $100, I want it on my street.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
well, that's true too, yeah.
So-
Well, we'd have to designate find areas, do research, find
Yeah.
what areas are
So
the
we
hottest.
move ours around.
That's what I
So,
was gonna say too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we move ours around.
How hard is it to move? It doesn't look like it's that
It
bad.
takes about 45 minutes.
Well, so it's doable though.
Yeah, it's doable. I think, like, if we get them in the school, if we get the schools to pay for them in front of the schools.
Yeah.
You know, both ways. It's just I mean, social media and media getting out there like, hey, we need to
Yeah.
do our part.
Yeah.
The community really does need this. Like, you go,
Absolutely.
go try and cross
I
that
get hit,
crosswalk.
I almost get hit all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I can't argue. No, but
What brings you in today? Anything good?
just to find out his name and to see if I could get those
Oh, okay.
records.
Did you get that or not?
I'm waiting on, listen, and just probably the past 5 times I came here and
Yeah.
I've talked to them and I said, listen, I need a supervisor. They literally just make me sit here. I'll sit
Yeah.
here an hour and a half and nobody will, and sometimes I know why, because it's me and Marsh don't get along
Yeah.
and Marsh just, so
Marsh is a good dude.
every time I've dealt with him
He's a
though, he's
great
literally,
dude,
dude, he
like-
trespassed me from, parole. I can't go to parole.
Well, he can't trespass.
That's
you.
what
They
I,
have
that's
to,
what I said, but either way, I still have a right to go in there and ask questions. They didn't ever even ask me to leave.
because it's a state facility.
Yeah, but he showed up, wouldn't even talk, he went and talked to them, and he was literally gonna leave without even talking to me. And
Marsh
Peggy,
is a good dude, man.
It-
I'm telling you.
people
Danielle,
say-
if you,
I
know
listen,
I got to build trust with
Yeah,
you,
but
when,
it
he's a good
matters.
dude. He's a good dude.
It's hard though, when every time he's done me dirty. He literally gave me a ticket when I showed him, I filmed the Domino's driver and said, oh, there he is, and he came and gave me a ticket. I'm like, dude, you can't give me a ticket for
How
that.
much of it is Daniel?
It's all on camera.
No, but how much of it is it Daniel?
What do you mean?
So if I keep on getting in, I don't want to say getting in trouble because you're not getting in trouble, but like how much of it do you own of that?
Well, I told him what I did. I told him everything I did. I got nothing to
So
hide.
you
Like,
think-
and if I'm wrong, yeah, but I don't. And then I fought it for 8 months in court and beat it. And
got
then
nothing to do
and
with
then
court.
Nelson
That's
makes
a court.
fun of me, saying, "Oh, it took you 8 months." And I'm like, dude, you obviously don't know how court works. It's not like you just go there and it's one and done. Like you could go in there and show them you didn't do anything, and they're still gonna make you come 10 times.
What car number was it?
25. That's all I'm trying to get. Is his name.
What time?
3 o'clock. It was literally just I literally walked over here right after it happened.
Alright.
And I could wait for the records. I just want to talk to somebody and let somebody know. Like I'm more than happy with
You're
telling you.
talking to the patrol
Yeah.
captain,
So, but that's
I'll
it.
look into it and get back.
Yeah, and then like I just requested if I don't even know if anything was running, but whatever he had, and the car, if there was cameras going, if he called anything in. And can we get the footage off his phone?
Yeah.
I've gotten it in other departments.
Really?
Yeah, well, Manning,
Let's not
Harvard.
go there.
All right,
Please.
we'll see. But I just wanted to come in and let you guys know.
Absolutely.
And
Hey, they cut the lawn out there
I
today.
seen it, nice guy.
Did
like
you
it?
get that on video?
Not yet. Well, I walked by, I didn't even catch it. I'll get it on the
It's
way
not
out.
exciting. Dude,
No,
it's nice
but-
out.
I know, it's beautiful. This is how the weather should be. This is actually like August weather.
Nice to see you. You all set, or you need?
No, I just coming in.
Oh, okay. After you pick up that phone, or go right to dispatch, and you'll be able to talk to them, okay? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I'm good. I just wanted to come in and let you guys know
we take care
the
of
little
that.
stuff. You know what I mean? Because he could have fixed that easily. Just on like either, and I don't know, if you're on break or you're doing, just tell me. Like I walk up to plenty. It seems like more supervisors seem to be willing to talk, but sitting in the cemetery, oh, I'm doing paperwork. I
Well,
can't.
again.
I can't deny you if you're doing paperwork or not. Like I just want to see what's up.
Like we talked the other night.
Yeah. Well, what about this? Because I never even thought of this, and I just saw something the other day, and I don't know if it's necessarily true, but it makes sense. Electric cars weigh what, 9,000 pounds? Five. You know what I mean?
I
They're
bet you with the batteries, I don't know if they weigh.
not that much,
much,
well, but and I've
Yeah.
seen accidents now where they're just taking out the guardrails and going like,
Yeah.
that's dangerous, dude.
That's speed.
Well, yeah, that's-
speed.
yeah.
That's speed.
Yeah,
When you
okay.
start going
Then, yeah.
through things, a lot of that is velocity and speed.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you're going slow, you're not gonna go anywhere. So that makes sense, but
Yeah.
just different stuff. But I appreciate you. I'll definitely stay in touch.
Absolutely.
See if we can come up with something. But thank you.
All right, brother.
You're a good dude. I
Thanks,
appreciate
man.
it. Yeah, have a good one. You too. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny though? I literally, oh, there's the grass he was talking about. I was literally just talking about him, and he said he came out. He said he didn't tell them to come out, but then he said he did. And it goes both ways. Like when I emailed him, I don't always like to be like, oh, you guys are doing it, like always they're wrong. That's like pointing the finger, and I don't feel like that's always the appropriate way if we're gonna try to communicate and get along. Because then it kind of puts him on defense all the time. And even when I say things and I don't mean it to be rude, it comes off like, okay, he's, you know what I mean, like he said, poking the bear. And that's not necessarily it. It's just, and like he said, police and the things that they go through, they got to understand the stuff that we go through. It's not just me, dude. It's all of us. Every single one of us. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we've all come across good cops, but we've all come across dicks too. And this department seems like it's kind of 50. I don't know. It's hard to tell. He likes Marsh. If he likes Marsh, that may say something. But it's hard for me to sit there and say that, oh, okay, Marsh is a good dude, when Marsh has done nothing but done me dirty. That's the first guy. That's the guy that's his personal car. The guy that did that to us, or the guy that wouldn't ID. And then he doesn't think we get the phone footage. I've looked it up online, and their policy says we can get it. And I mean, I like him and stuff, and he says, let's not go there, but we absolutely need to go there. Because they need to understand that if they're going to play with their phones on duty and sit here, what was the reason for that? That wasn't for a crime. That wasn't for a case. That wasn't for an incident. That was just to be a dick. And that's not what he's supposed to be doing. That's not what we're paying him to do. And then what did he do? Drove in circles around us, and then drove to the department when we got here. He's probably switched. I bet you he's swapping shift now. And it was, to be honest, it was probably the end of his shift, and he's probably just over there hanging out. But like, dude, all you gotta do is roll down your window and say something. What can I say if you say you're taking a break or you're doing traffic? I can't prove it right or wrong. It's up for you guys and me to decide. But I can't really say anything after that. You know what I mean? Then I'm done. Okay, I know what he's doing. I'm not just gonna stand here. This is boring. But if you antagonize me and be a dick, it's gonna go back. And like he said, oh, how much of it is Daniel? I own my part. I know I could be rough around the edges, but we have to. I mean, you kind of feel like you have to be in this day and age. Like, if you get good ones like him, yeah, you can kind of let your guard down and talk and be a little more normal. But, like, you get Nelson, you get Marsh, you get any of these dudes. Marsh is a good dude, but Marsh has left me in that lobby for over an hour and a half, probably 3 times, 4 times. Never came out to help me. Wasted hours of my time. He can't be that much of a good dude, in my opinion. But it's America, and we're all open to our opinions. But just like when that Jenkins Park incident happened, who was the supervisor there? Marsh. When stuff keeps happening, you can't be that good of a guy. You know what I mean? When you keep getting wrapped up in stuff, you can't be that good of a guy. So, I'm going to kill this. I just did it. I really didn't think it was going to turn into all this, but I'm glad it did. I don't know. If anybody has any ideas about the speeding, let me know. I'm not opposed to doing things with them to try and get the community to slow down. If it's going to result in less people getting harassed and less tickets, I'm more than happy to try and contribute to that. I mean, I'm not going to be out here trying to get people arrested, but if it comes down to it. But let me know what you guys think, because it's not just me, dude. Like, this is pretty much run by you guys. I'm just the head of it. So if people are like, no, F that, that's the way we kind of got to go. But I want to know how everybody else thinks. It's hard for me to see my screen right now because it's so blurry. But Jenny, what up? Richard, Bloodnose, Steph, Christopher. Thanks, Chris. I'm learning a lot too, man. It's a process. It's always a process. But he is the one the other day that admitted that wasn't jaywalking, that was crossing without a crosswalk. So he couldn't even believe that I hadn't been to court for it yet. He's like, you haven't been to court yet? I'm like, no. He's like, that's crazy. So I don't know. There's changes that need to be made. Like he said, it's not overnight. He's got to put something out. And I think it's just common sense, though. Even if you're on break, why wouldn't you park even if you're not running radar? Just simply sitting at the beginning of the parking lots changes everything. It's the same thing right here at the court, guys. That's private property across the street from the court. They hide right in the nook. And to be honest, I don't know if they're ever doing traffic. They'll claim they are, but I've never seen anybody pulled over. You can sit there right down the road and watch cops constantly whiz by them. Constantly. And what happens? They're sitting in the shade. So that, and then this is super dangerous. The ambulance place is right there, dude. This bridge will be packed all the way to the end, and they'll come through honking. They'll push traffic out. Red light, they'll push traffic right out into the light to go get one person. They'll put everybody, and it's literally insane how they do it. I don't know, but I'm gonna end this. If I see anything else, dude, we'll come back on. Like I said, I appreciate everybody's in here. It's hard for me to see what's going on in the chat, but I appreciate you guys. If anybody needs to get in touch with me, Constitution State on Facebook. There is one with but that's just a page, and that's a separate chat. If you add Constitution State, you can message me through there. You can email me at theconstitutionstate860@gmail.com. I just dropped a crazy video. It's short, but go check it out, because they got a dude, he got pulled over for just calling the cop a retard. So, no, I ain't got nothing, but sorry. I lost my wallet last night. So, and I did too. I lost my wallet. I'm kind of pissed about that, but what are you going to do? So, we'll be on again. I'm sure they'll be somewhere. I actually got to go up to where I got the jaywalking BS, and I'm going to check all the signs and the distances and everything. And we'll go from there. I actually got to get back on the phone with Troop H too. So, thank you guys. Stay safe. I appreciate you all.